Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at Retic Finance, right? So the pre-sale is ended much earlier than what they had planned, right? So as we normally do, we're trying to figure out, is this legit or is it a scam, right? So this is a financial token. So before we go any further, the pre-sale is ended. The team is going to release the information about how the launch is going to okay and the claim, right? The one thing that I tell you right off the bat, based on experience, is don't stake your tokens, right? Don't stake your tokens. It doesn't really make any sense to stake into a token that hasn't been in existence in at least for the very minimum 6 months, right? I prefer a year, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? It's like a brand new bank. All of a sudden, you're going to put all your money in that bank, right? It doesn't make any sense. I would say give the bank at least 1 or 2 years to function before you put all your money in there, right? It doesn't make sense to stake your tokens. So don't stake, right? This goes for all pre-sales. Don't buy in the pre-sale, don't stake. Those are the golden rules, right? To avoid a lot of heartache and pain. So the pre-sale is ended at a listing price of 0.15. So this is the price on the last stage, at least, of the pre-sale, right? So we're trying to evaluate if this one is legit or if it is a scam. So first of all, let's just go through what is Retic Finance, right? So I just summarized this using Copilot, right? Retic Finance aims to revolutionize the global financial landscape through its decentralized finance DeFi solutions, bringing the gap between cryptocurrencies, traditional fiat systems. It offers a comprehensive ecosystem with a Retic wallet, DeFi debit cards, and, right? So my history with these financial tokens has not been good, right? In fact, I've been banned in the past with financial tokens. One of them happened to be Tectonic. Like, just take a look at Tectonic. It's almost looking like a rug, right? And this token is actually endorsed by crypto.com. It is even listed by crypto.com. The other financial token, right, is Spell, right? Spell is even listed on Binance, right? It's listed on Binance, but look at the chart. A lot of people were excited in the beginning, then boom, there's nothing, right? Into there is a little bit of green here, right? Tectonic is sleeping even with the bear market that we are in, Bitcoin pumping. Tectonic, there is absolutely nothing happening with Tectonic, right? So these financial tokens, right, I have been banned by them in the past, and I don't have a lot of faith into them. Another thing that is really of concern to me is this message on Twitter where they say Retic Finance pre-sale sold out. Thank you for your participation. Stay tuned for listing and vesting information. This word vesting, I do not like it. I do not like tokens with vesting, right? Because a lot of investors, when they invest, they don't actually know that the token has got vesting into it. So let me know. Did you know that there was vesting into this token? Vesting basically means that there is a period of time. So if you had invested, let's say $100, right? On launch, when they say you can claim your tokens, right? First of all, if you're staked, they might impose a period where you have to wait first to unstake, right? And here they are now talking about vesting. Vesting basically means you can't claim the full amount you invested. So if you invested $100, right, and they say 25% vesting per month, right? That means every 30 days they will release 25% of what you've invested. So you'll be able to cash out the tokens that equate to 25% of the full amount that you have according to the date that you invested, right? So if you invested 100 tokens, you bought 100 tokens, they allow 25 tokens, right, for the 4 months period. 25 the first month, second month 50%, 75, and so on, right? So I don't know what the vesting period is going to be for this one. It makes me very nervous when you see vesting. This is something that every investor should know right from the gate, right? Which is the other reason why I say don't buy pre-sales, right? Don't buy pre-sales, because soon after it launches, if you want to buy the token, you can just go and buy the token and you've got all your tokens in your wallet. You don't have to worry about your wallet being blacklisted and not being able to claim, or being forced into staking or forced into this vesting and whatever, right? You don't have to be forced by all these things. So some of the things that are coming out of this token, they are boasting quite a lot, right? They are boasting a lot. I'm going to be talking about the roadmap as well, right? And don't forget, guys, once this thing is launched, are you actually able to claim? Let us know. That's how we find out the legit or scamminess of these things, right? And the first thing we see is the Retic wallet. There are tons of wallets out there in the market, and they're talking about the DeFi debit card, right? So this one, they're saying here that physical and virtual cards for spending crypto in the real world, and then Retic Pay, a cryptocurrency, a crypto payment processor for online merchants, and then staking and earning, and then lending and borrowing. These tokens here, Tectonic, right, and Spell, these ones were lending and borrowing financial tokens. And as you see, they didn't do very well. There are plenty others lending and borrowing tokens that just look like Tectonic and Spell, right, in terms of the graph. So this actually gives us some information, at least if you invested into this one or you're planning to invest into it, is initially there's going to be a huge excitement into Retic, right? So as the pre-sale goes, soon after launch, there's going to be some excitement. It's probably going to reach its ATH soon after launch, right? So for me, whatever token, whether it's legit, it's a scam token, if the token has got enough momentum, it's going to like some centralized exchanges, right? I will buy that token, even if it looks like a scam, because most of the scam happens in the pre-sale, right? But if the token is listed on a DEX or a SEX and it's renounced, contract is renounced, right? I can even buy it on the DEX, right? But if the contract is not renounced, I'm more comfortable buying it on a SEX, because by the time that the information goes through the change in the contracts on the DEX, if they're trying to do something shady, you still have a chance to sell if you're on a centralized exchange, right, before it happens. But then if you're not, you're on a DEX, they change the contract, it applies immediately, right? Then you might be locked out. This is something that I did see a couple of years ago. It used to happen quite a bit, right? So the other thing is the roadmap, right? So the roadmap now is being turned upside down because the pre-sale has finished early. So they were talking about Q3, Retic pre-sale, that's when it's supposed to start, and in Q3 2024. So this is like a year, right? They thought they were going, for 12 months, they were going to be in a pre-sale. That's what they had planned. For 12 months, they were going to be in the pre-sale, and in Q3 2024, that's when Retic token launch on DEX and SEX was going to happen. But now Q1 2024, the pre-sale is ended, right? Pre-sale is ended. They've reached the 32 million mark goal. Now they need to launch on DEX and SEX, right? So DEX most probably is going to happen maybe still Q1, because it's still March, right? There's still about 15 days in the month. In Q1, DEX is easy enough to launch to. SEX not so easy. They need to discuss with the various centralized exchanges, information, all that to get listed. So, and then it will be interesting which exchanges they are going to launch, right? That's something that I'm expecting to see, that they need to now move up this roadmap. So no doubt the team will have to have some sort of discussion and then move up this roadmap, right? So we're going to still expect to see a lot of the stuff occurring in 2024 still, right? I would expect to see at least all the way up until because basically everything the whole year here. So in Q1 2025, there was these three items, right? 2025, they'd planned to do beta testing of Retic Wallet, launch Retic services on desktop, swap and staking, integration of Retic virtual cards, and the only physical cards were only going to be coming up in 2026 Q1. So maybe 2025 Q1, that's when we can expect the physical cards, right? But at least for the rest of 2024, we can expect these 3 points to be covered, which is the testnet, beta testing of Retic Wallet app, and also launch of Retic services on desktop, swap staking. This swap staking and stuff, everybody does it, right? Everybody does it. I think it's time that project starts to come up with something better, right? But anyway, it is what it is. And also integration of Retic virtual cards, right? And then of course it goes on with onboarding merchant services, introduction to Retic Pay. Retic Pay is something that I might be interested in, but will this token even be around, right, by the time that this roadmap is concluded, right? Pretty much of it is going to depend on two things. Are investors able to claim? Number one, and what are the vesting conditions, right? Because the whole claiming, staking, and vesting, a lot of scam projects are using these to sort of like pretend that the price is stable because they've taken the liquidity from the investors. They are enjoying the money that the investors invested in the pre-sale, and then they bring up staking, they bring up vesting, so that the investors don't actually realize that they've been scammed from day one, right? It just sort of like lengthens that whole period. So this is something that we have to wait and see. I'm going to be doing an updated video based on the information that you are going to be providing in the comment section if you're actually able to actually claim this token. And also, we're going to be checking the price movement of Retic Finance, right? So this is my review for this one. In terms, I'm not going to call it an outright scam for now, right? Well, first thing first, at least we can say that they are honest in saying that the pre-sale is ended early, right? At least they do get some points for that because they had planned a whole year, right? They could have just let this thing continue to go, so they get some points for that. But we just have to wait and see what happens. But for me, right, definitely I do say never ever buy in the pre-sale. But that's just my own opinion. Never buy in the pre-sale, right? Only buy after launch. You get to avoid all this staking, blacklist, wallet blacklisting, claiming problems, and also the whole thing of the getting the token right in your hands, because crypto is all about buying your tokens and having them in your wallet, right? So if you don't buy in the pre-sale, you get your tokens on day one, right? That's why I say don't buy the pre-sale, right? And don't stake into a token that is not at least 6 months to a year old. It doesn't make any sense, right? So this is my review for this one. Let me know what you think. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.